Are carbs bad for you? Today we're going to talk about if carbs are actually good for you or if they're bad for you. Or this is another question of like, is the ketogenic diet the right diet for you? Now, a lot of fitness professionals are talking about the ketogenic diet. You should do a high fat diet. You should do a low carb. You have to do low carb. No, carbs aren't bad for you. They're good for you. It's so confusing. So in this video, we're going to break down the science behind it and we'll actually reveal if carbs are good for you. And if so, which ones? I'm Glenn Doss with Reset You Fitness, and let's talk about the body. Let's dive in. So first thing you want to realize is that whenever we consume food, our body converts it into sugar. When we consume sugar, our cells are going to get full with this sugar, and this hormone called insulin is kind of like a key, and it unlocks the cells. Now what happens when we unlock these cells is we're pushing the sugar into the cells. First it's going to fill up our blood, then our liver, and then fill up our muscles. So let's imagine that this is a cell and we're filling it with sugar, which is our form of energy. Now once it gets full and we can't put any more sugar into it, we've got this awesome other area where we can store the sugar for later. Because see, we used to be hunter-gatherers, so it was very, very, very important for us that when we had too much energy, we store it for later because we may not have another meal soon. I don't even know how this is gonna work, but see, this excess energy spot, whenever we fill up the sugar into, my fiance is gonna kill me for this, goes into the excess energy storage facility. Now here's the thing, when these cells are too full, our body cells, this excess energy storage, our fat cells can grow. And you can expand our fat cells as much as you possibly need to contain the more energy. So if you're willing to give your body more energy and insulin can't put it in to our cells anymore, it's gonna keep pushing it into fat cells. Now that brings us to the ketogenic diet or the high fat diet, or if carbs are actually good for you or bad for you. This is a thing, is it may be that depending on your body type, that they're good for you or they are bad for you. See, if you have an excess amount of fat cells, let's just say your body has more fat cells than it should. So that means if you're a female and you're over 25% body fat, or if you're a male, you're over 15% body fat, you've got too much fat cells. Well, that's a clear indicator that insulin is now no longer pushing energy into your cells, it's just overloading excess energy into your fat cells. So your body's insulin is what we call insulin resistant. It's not working anymore. So it's literally just taking the food that you eat and passing it on to fat cells. Here's a quick test to see if you're insulin resistant. If after you eat a meal, you feel sluggish or tired, and you don't get energy from it, it's more than likely that your body is pushing these foods straight to fat cells. This could be one of the reasons why whenever you eat, even if you diet, you don't lose weight, because you're not actually getting the energy from your foods, you're just pushing to fat cells. So over 80% of our population has some form of type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. So for over 80% of the population, carbs, which spike your insulin the most, are bad for you. And this is the reason why the ketogenic diet has taken off so much. It's because if 80% of Americans have some sort of insulin problem, then that means carbohydrates are going to spike their insulin levels and push everything to fat cells. Now, that's not saying that you're going to have it forever. You can actually reset insulin resistance. This means by going on a high fat diet, you can reset insulin and fix this, get some of this excess energy out, and your body can start to take in the energy from the food that you eat again. And lowering your body fat percentage is going to help this. So once your body fat percentage is at a healthy rate, then you can bring in carbohydrates, test them on your blood sugar, and figure out exactly which carbohydrates are best for you. Now, if you need help with this, all I want you to do is just type reset me below in the comments, or click the link that we're gonna place somewhere, and we'll get you started with our first step in our reset protocol to reset this powerful hormone that's making it so that you can't eat carbohydrates, and then show you which ones are best for you. Now, if this video brought you value, make sure you share it so other people know, hey, the ketogenic diet might be right for you or it may not be, but it depends on your body. Thanks.